Greetings and welcome to my first Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team Battle Report. So yeah, this is me using the new contents of the Octarius box, which you can check out the review of in the channel and in the episode description below. But basically, this is my first full recorded game of Kill Team. I've played a few games before, but this is my first time using my recording setup, because if you didn't know, usually I do Warhammer Underworld's Batreps. And, well, to make a change, this is like an in-person battle report, so it's really pushing the limit of my setup. So this is like an interesting battle report because for Kill Team, I do plan on having everything painted for future Batreps. It's just with this one, I didn't have the time. For future Batreps, I do plan to have everything painted. As I said, I just didn't have the time. I've painted some terrain pieces, like mainly the barricades and the scatter terrain. But for the next battle report, as long as this one does well, I'll be using fully painted terrain. I've actually fully painted the old Kill Team starter set terrain. It's just we wanted to show off the terrain in the box. Because the cool thing about the terrain in the box is that it's basically designed for Kill Team, because all the terrain is basically 3 inches high. And, you know, it's got enough defensible vantage points and enough mix of terrain that you can basically have a balanced Kill Team game out of the box. But yeah, for this Kill Team, it's going to be me versus my friend Charles, and I will be using the Ork Kommandos. And so the formation of the team is a little different because you've got 12 models and you can only use 10 when you're making your Kill Team. So my roster is 12 models, but it's basically 2 Kommandos, then the Burna boy, Dakka boy. It's basically all the specialists apart from the Squig and the Grot, unfortunately. I would like to run them, but you get more mileage out of just running 10 Orks. So I've got my leader. The most notable one is, well, I've given the leader the big Choppa, because the Power Claw is tempting. It hits on a 3-up with 4 attacks doing 5/7 damage with Brutal, so it can only be parried with crits. But my problem is the knob only has 4 attacks and it hits on 3s with the Power Claw. I've gone for the big Choppa, which does 4/6 damage, has no special abilities, but it hits on 2s. So he's really likely to hit with all his attacks compared to people he's charging, especially with the Veteran Guardsmen, who generally have 3 attacks and they hit on 4s. So if they only hit with 1, I can parry with my first attack on the charge and then just swing away and generally kill someone. Even though I'm missing that 5/7 damage, for combat, I personally feel you want to go with the best hit rate on a weapon, as long as their attack dice are the same, pretty much. So because the Power Claw and Big Chopper are both 4 dice, I've gone with the Big Chopper because it hits on 2s, pretty much. Outside of that, everyone's pretty much armed the same because they don't have many options. But yeah, the 2 Commando boys are the biggest thing. And then for my equipment points, I've given every ranged fighter a chopper. So because it's 2 equipment points, and I've got basically 5 fighters without any melee weapon apart from fists. And the choppers are stupid because they're 4 attacks, 4/5, hitting on 3s. So that's crazy damage output. And then Charlie is using the Death Korp of Krieg. And so they're a bit different. So, because I built the Kill Team, as I covered in the review, you can't actually build every option. You're limited in the kit. So I've basically gone, well, for his Kill Team, he's chosen the ancillary support option where it's just the 2 fire strikes, because, I mean, we feel you get more out of the 2 fire strikes than the 4 extra guys, because those 2 shooting attacks, he's gone for strafing run and aim shot, basically. So you can, like, basically fire in a line once per game, or do a really powerful cold shot once per game, which is really useful against the Orks because they all have 10 wounds. Then for his Death Korp of Krieg team, he's got the leader with a power sword and plasma pistol, just because the power sword hits on 3s, 4 attacks, doing 5/7 damage with... No, it's 4/6, but has lethal 5-up. So he's very deadly. And then a plasma pistol, because it's the best ranged option he can have. You could go with the bolt gun, but I don't see the point. Then you've got the spotter, which is crucial, along with the sniper. Then you've got the demolitions guy, who is actually quite good because of his bomb. He takes setup, but he can basically booby trap choke points and objectives. Then you've got the comms guy who can basically give a fighter 1 action point at the cost of 1 action point, and for 1 action point, if he's within range of the sergeant, he can make the sergeant's orders affect the whole kill team instead of just a pentagon 6-inch bubble. Then you've got the medic, which is really good because if he's within square, so 3 inches of a friendly fighter, he can basically make sure he stays alive at the cost of reducing the action points to 1, or he can heal. Then you've got, what else have you got? The 2 gunners, so you've got a plasma and flamer. So we went with plasma because it's the best all round, and then you can build a flamer, and the flamer's good, 5 dice hitting on 2s, can't mask more than that. And then you've got the zealot, who basically is your priest, because he can spend an action point to buff himself and anyone within 3 to basically change 5s into crits. So it makes them more likely. You combine it with the gunner, and all of a sudden the gunner is doing crits on 5s, which is really good. Then you've also got the hardened veteran, who has his bionic arm, who hits on 4s with 4 attacks, but more importantly, he can ignore wounds dealt on a 5-up, which actually makes him really tough. So yeah, this should be really interesting. I will admit the Orks do have an innate advantage, but the Kriegers, if they work together in the right spot, they can do like crazy combos. Because like the easiest one is the spotter and the sniper. So if someone's concealed, the spotter for 2 action points can reveal them, and then immediately after you choose an operative who is within, I think, circle, and then they can immediately activate. So you basically go spotter reveal someone, then the sniper shoots for basically 1 join together activation, and then the sniper can pretty much kill that guy because he's 4 dice hitting on 2s, doing 2/2 with 2 mortals on crits, and he can fire while concealed. So if that combination gets going just for themselves, they can do a lot of damage. Then you've got the priest buffing the gunner, but also everyone within range. You can use the hardened veteran to tank stuff. Then your comms guy gives utility to the demo guy, as well as like making your orders affect the whole team. And then you just got the medic, who you basically keep next to the leader or someone who needs to hold a point, because it requires your opponent throwing a minimum 2 fighters to kill that fighter because of how the medic can keep them alive. So it should be a really interesting game, and I hope you enjoy the battle report. As I said, it's my first in real life Kill Team battle report. And as always, before we get into the battle report, please remember to like and subscribe, as well as comment down below what you thought of the battle report and, well, what other matches you would like to see in the future. I'm John. I'm playing Charles today, and then our spectating friend is Aitan, who you might hear. But the mission we're playing is Domination, which is mission 2.3. So basically there are 5 objectives, and you basically score VP by, if you control it, claiming it. And it's capped at basically 3 per turn, isn't it?
No, you can get 4. You can score 4 points if you hold at least 2 objectives is 1 VP. Holding more than your opponent is 1 VP, and you can get 1 VP for each of your opponent's objectives. So you can score a total of 4 VPs in a turn.
Cool. All right. And then for barricades, because we've kind of skipped a bit of the process just to speed things up, but there's 1 barricade just there. So a barricade is this. There's... you put another barricade just there. And then I've put a barricade just here, and then just there. So the key thing to remember, this is sideways deployment, and instead of normally 3 inches, this is 9 inches on. So it's quite bloodthirsty. The interesting thing is that it's only 5 objectives instead of 6, so it should be more interesting to fight over, because the problem I find with if it's 3 and 3, it's kind of like a stalemate for a long time. But I'm playing the Orks, or the Kommandos. Charlie's playing with the Kriegers, well, technically the veteran guardsmen. Yeah. So now we have to we're going to the strategy phase, because we've done steps 1 to 1 to 10. 1 to 11, sorry.
We're going to the scouting
phase.
Scouting. The strategy is actually one of the turn phases.
Oh, yes. So you've got option 1, which is, so you select 3 dice. Well, where's oh yeah. So you select 3 dice, and then you reveal either 1 dice, 2 dice, or 3 dice, depending on your scouting option.
Your choice of scouting. The choices are to fortify, where you gain an additional barricade.
Yep.
To infiltrate, where you can change the order of one of your operatives. So if you chose to start engaged, you could choose it to go to Conceal or vice versa.
Yep.
Or you can go to Recon, which allows one of your operatives to do a free dash maneuver before the start of the game. And if you choose to Fortify, you have initiative priority over Infiltrating. Infiltrating gets priority over Recon, and Recon gets priority over Fortify. If both players choose the same, whoever was the attacker is the person who gets to go first, and currently John is the attacker.
Oh, what order do those you guys have?
Oh, they are Engage
and Conceal?
Conceal, yeah, cool. For the demo.
Oh, we should probably go over orders, because you've got either Engage or Conceal. So his Charlie Sniper is engaged, it's concealed, his Spotter is concealed, his Flamer is engaged, his Demo Man is concealed, Medic is concealed, Leader is concealed, Comms Guy is concealed, Plasma Gunner is engaged,
the Zealot
is engaged, and
the veteran,
Hardened veteran,
that's it.
Hard
is also engaged.
And then basically all of my kill team is concealed, apart from my Dakka boy and
the Rokkit boy
and Flamer.
Burna boy.
Because the cool thing is I can charge while engaged, which is hilariously broken. All right, so let me just...
To control an objective, you have to have more action point limit, which for everyone on the board is currently 2, within 2 inches of the centre of the objective. You can then, for this mission, you can spend an action point to then take control of the objective, and it becomes under your control.
Yes.
So you need to move up to an objective, have more models near it than your opponent, and then perform the action to capture it. And that's the only way to score VPs. We've also selected our tactical objectives.
So we don't have to. We don't even have to confirm what. I know what your archetype is because you only have one.
Yeah. So. And they will be revealed as they need to be in the strategy phase.
Yeah. I'm just pre-measuring because I'm trying to figure out which is the biggest. Okay, so my Breacha boy is just out, but we should be like 12 inches apart, right?
9. It's 9 and 9.
Oh, it would cost you 2 to get over that. Yeah. So
yeah, it costs 2 inches to move over that anyway.
Okay, I think I've selected my thingy then.
So we reveal our scouting choices. I've picked 1, John's picked 3. So I've chose Fortify, so I get to deploy an additional barricade.
Yep.
So I will deploy the barricade just on this side of the terrain.
Cool. And I've obviously selected Recon.
John's selected Recon, so he gets to perform a free dash action with 1 friendly operative that is wholly within his drop zone. And a dash is
3-inch move.
3 inches, which is the square. And because John has selected Recon and I've selected Fortify, John has the choice of initiative.
Okay, so I put my dashed my Breacha boy up. I'll let you go first, Charlie. Good luck.
The initiative phase, which that's already been determined by the mission. We ready. You normally ready everything. But it's the first turn. Everything's already ready.
Yep.
We've determined initiative because of the scouting. So now we generate command points. You start with 2 command points for having a leader operative. So my veteran sergeant and John's wherever he is.
Commando knob.
Commando knob. So that starts you with 2 command points, and then you generate 1 command point at this point of the game.
Cool. So we're both on 3 command points. So
now you play strategic ploys, starting with the attacker.
So
and strategic ploys. Sorry, I'm first player because you made me go first.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So strategic ploys are like a command point usage that lasts for the entire round.
Yep. Do you want to do your orders first because they're free?
Yes, there's a veteran guard. So the veteran sergeant has guardsman orders, which he can issue 1 order, and it affects every operative within a pentagon, which is 6 inches.
It's important we use the correct terminology.
He will give the order to take aim.
Reroll 1s?
Which will allow it, during the shooting step or in the attack dice, you can reroll any or all results of 1.
So currently it does range your plasma, your comms. Do you want to just pay 1 action point to make it affect your whole kill team?
So with the comms trooper, he can spend 1 of his action point limit, so he only has 1 action this turn, to apply the order to the entire kill team.
Cool.
So now John gets... That counts as one of my strategic ploys, but it doesn't cost any command points. So now John can do a strategic ploy.
I'll play a command point to do Skulk About, so all my operatives with Conceal can basically save a defense dice like as if they were in cover, and it stacks with if they're within cover.
Doing, for one command point, Into the Breach, which allows, when my operatives activate, a free dash order.
Cool.
As part of their
That's
activation.
once per game, though, right?
No, it's not once per game. But I have to finish closer to the enemy's drop zone than when I started.
Cool.
Do you have any more strategic ploys, John?
Let me see the book. I don't think so, because I don't want to call a war just yet. I think I have a version of yours. No, I won't play anything.
So John's got no more strategic ploys.
So
now we move on to target reveal. So at this point, you can reveal any of your tactical objectives, and they will then apply from then on. So again, starting with the attacker, or the person with initiative. Attacker is just for deployment and starting the game. I'm going to reveal one of my security ones, which is protect assets. So I can reveal this tack up in the target reveal step of any turning point. And at the end of any turning point, if 2 or more enemy operatives were incapacitated while within circle of an objective marker during the turn, or if they were carrying an objective, which is for different missions, I can score a VP. Mm-hmm. And I can also do this in any subsequent rounds. So as long as I take out 2 people who are near objectives, I score a VP. Cool. Have you got any to reveal?
Yeah, I'll do route. So basically, it's for seek and destroy. If an enemy operative is incapacitated by a friendly operative within pentagon of your opponent's drop zone, I score a VP, and if I do it in a subsequent round, I get another VP.
I also have another one to reveal, which is central control. You can reveal this tack op in the target reveal step of any turning point. At the end of any turning point, if the total APL of friendly operatives within square of the center of the kill zone is greater than the enemy operative, you score 1 VP. And again, you can score that in subsequent turns.
Cool. I have nothing to reveal.
And then I have a third one, which I have to reveal in the first turning point, which is seize ground.
Yep.
Reveal this tack op in the target reveal step of the first turning point. Select one range feature that is more than square from your drop zone, and it includes any parts with the heavy trait.
Yep.
Currently, all of the main buildings have parts that have the heavy trait, so they're all selectable. And then it's at the end of the battle, if the total APL of friendly operatives within a triangle, which is 1 inch of that terrain, is greater than the enemy, I score a victory point. And I will score an additional one if I have no enemy operatives and 4 or more APL near that piece of terrain.
Cool. Which terrain
has to be more? Has to be more than a square, so it can't be any of these 3 sections. So I'll choose this center building.
Cool.
And I need to make sure I can try and have more people there at the end of the game.
Cool. All right. So then you get your first.
So now we move on to the firefight phase, and we start with my first choice of action. So what we will do is we'll start with our comms.
Yep.
He has only got 1 action this turn, but he also gains a free dash from the command point I spend.
Yep.
So he's going to spend his dash to move closer to the objective.
Yep.
He's now within circle of the center, so he can perform the claim objective action. So he's going to claim that objective for his action point.
And you get 1 VP.
No, you get the VPs at the end of the turn when you count up who has them. But I now control objective number 5.
Cool. All right, so it's my turn to activate. I don't like your flamer. I think I'm going to shoot it. So my my missile launcher should be able to see you're in cover.
So cover will let me save, will automatically give me 1 defense dice saved.
I'll just shoot you. So my rocket guy is 5 dice. Because I didn't move, I reroll everything, and I'm hitting on 4s, right?
He is 5 dice, hitting on 4s with 4 damage and 5 on a critical.
It's fine.
He also has AP 1 and Splash 1, which is if he rolls criticals. Which he has.
Oh, look. So let me just see on the crits I've rolled. So I've rolled 2 crits, so I get Splash 1 on each of those shots.
So, first of all, John's roll is currently 2 crits and 3 hits.
So you get 1 for being in cover.
So I get 3 defense dice. I automatically save 1 for being in cover. and the Guardsman save is a 5-up.
6-up because I have
because John actually has AP1, so I do make a critical save and a fail.
Yep.
So now we spend our defense dice. So I will use one of my crits to cancel one of John's crits.
Yep.
And I will use one of my normal hits, well, my normal saves to cancel John's normal hit.
Cool. So let's resolve my crit first.
So that is done to each object visible and circle of it. So
How much damage did it take?
it does 1 because you have splash 1.
Okay, so it does 1 to your sniper, 1 to your spotter.
Right.
Does 1 to everyone, basically.
So they have each taken 1 wound because there was 1 critical hit that made it through.
And then how much is the rest of my damage?
The crit does 5, and these
You're
both
dead.
do 4,
Yep.
so that's 5, 9, 13.
Dead.
So the flamer implodes to an orc rocket.
And then I'll use my other action point to claim that objective.
Yep, so John's on that objective. He spends his other action point to claim it.
Cool. Your turn.
That's not good, having the flamer.
It's a balanced
Instant
rocket
kill.
attack. I mean, I need rerolls on everything. It's fine.
We're going to activate the sniper.
Yep.
Because the terrain is 3 inches tall, it takes, for every 2 inches or a circle of distance, it takes 1 of your movement, and it's for each part of that. So it costs 2 circles or 4 inches for him to move up the building, and he has then 2 inches of movement, which he's going to use to get to the edge here. Cool. That is.
And you get your dash.
He does have a dash if he wants to use it.
Because the cool thing to remember here is if Charlie moves too close to the edge, then I can still see him and shoot him.
He will dash slightly to be in cover from most of the things coming from this direction.
Cool. All right, so he's activated. You can't jump and charge. So.
No. And you can only charge or move.
Yeah.
And you can only perform a dash with a normal move action. Jumping is for crossing gaps, and it has to be less than a square, I believe it is, across. Yep. Which is 3 inches. And dropping is like climbing, apart from you round the distance down rather than rounding up for the distance move.
Oh, yeah, I know what I'll do. I will go up. And then I will...
So it costs 4. It costs 2
And I can
circles.
see you from there, so I'll just shoot you.
You can see me because even though I've got conceal order, because John is on a vantage point, the conceal order is not counted.
So I'm not in range of my... Yeah, so my Dakka guy will just shoot your sniper because he's wounded. So it's 5 dice, right?
The Dakka boy is 5 dice, hitting on 4s with 3/4. And he's not within Pentagon, so he doesn't gain his special ability from it.
So hitting on 4s. Hitting on 3s?
4s. And as John continues to roll crits.
It's in the name, so you don't retain anything, so you just get 3 saves. Free 5-ups.
Because the line of sight doesn't go across any terrain, he can shoot me even though I'm concealed.
Yep.
And I'm not in cover. So 3 saves of 5-up, and you score 1.
So, what would you like to... You'd want to kill one of my crits?
Well, I need 2 saves to kill a crit, so I can just remove 1 of your hits, which leaves you with 2 crits and 2 hits.
Oh yeah, you only got 5. So you take 4, 4, 3, 3, so you're dead.
So 4, 4, 3, 3, which instantly kills the sniper.
And that's part of a Dakka dash, so I will just dash back down. Dash jump? Because it's dropping. He's just like falling with style.
Yes, you can use your dash. Cool. So you have 3 inches movement with a dash. It costs 2 to drop essentially, and 1 inch to move.
Super tactical. So there we go. The name is running crit.
Rather unfortunate.
It's fine. Your turn to activate, Charlie. I actually score Seek and Destroy because I was incapacitated and you're within 6 inches of your drop zone. So I get an additional VP.
Yes. We'll activate the veteran guardsman.
Yes, the guy bionic arm.
Yeah, the hardened veteran.
He's hard.
He is within 2 inches of the objective.
Yep.
So he will spend 1 of his actions to claim the objective.
Yep.
He will then do a move. And he's just going to spend 2 of his moves to move into the cover here.
Cool. Okay, me. All right. So I think I'm going to Burnerize you because the charge is basically a circle on top of your normal movement, but because of terrain, I'm not in charge range by 2 inches because I have to move through that door.
Yep.
It does bring me out into the open. Circle through the door. That's actually fine. Then I'll burner you.
So the burner has a 6-inch range, which John's actually just in 6 inches.
So I think it's 5 dice on my burner, hitting on 2s.
The burners are 5 dice hitting on 2s with doing 2 damage on both hits and crits.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. John again rolls 2 crits.
So you were actually in cover for this.
So I am in cover, so I automatically make 1 save.
Yep.
And I fail the other 2.
So you'll negate.
So I will negate 1 hit with my save
So this
and
is
take 6 wounds because each of them only do 2 damage.
I
So
think
you only
so.
do 2 damage.
Yes. So you need to roll because you've got a special rule, hardened veteran. So on every time you lose a wound on a 5-up, you don't negate. So you take 6 wounds.
I need to make 6 saves on the hardened veteran.
Yep.
And for every 5-up, he ignores the wound.
Nice.
So he ignores 3 of the 6 and only takes 3 wounds.
And because he's got 7 wounds, he's actually not wounded.
When you go under half your wounds total, you become wounded, which is -1 to your movement limit, normally -1 circle, and your -1 to hit for shooting and combat.
He is activated.
So what we can do next is we can activate our zealot who's behind the building.
Yep.
He will use his zealot ability
To give the plasma gunner inspired ability.
Well, no, he uses the ability on himself, and everyone within a square of the operative is inspired. So when an operative is inspired, they get to retain one of their 5-ups as a critical hit.
Yep. So it's your plasma guy and him.
He's gonna inspire for his first action.
I thought it was someone else, not just him.
No, until the end of the turning point, while a friendly veteran guardsman operative is within the square of this operative, the friendly operative is uplifted.
Okay. Yeah, because we're playing on the assumption you're within range of your own buffs, because they don't clarify that. So.
Yeah. He's going to use his free dash to move to the corner of the building.
Yep, then charge.
And then he's going to shoot his lasgun at the flamer, who has come into the open.
Yep.
So the
4 dice hitting on 4s.
Zealot has lasgun, which is 4 dice hitting on 4s. For the equipment selection,
You've got hot shots.
He has a hot shot lasgun. The only one who doesn't is anyone with a special weapon or the medic.
Oh yeah, and I have choppers and all my ranged only wave fighters.
So these are 4 dice hitting on 4s. So that's only 2 hits.
Because your crit thing only triggers on a 5-up.
Yeah. So I score 1 crit and 1 hit.
So I retain 1 because I'm in cover. 2 5-up saves.
John makes 2 saves. So he has a total of 3. He can spend 2 saves to negate the crit.
And then,
And then he can use the other save to negate the other hit.
Okay, so you've activated your...
My zealot. And he shot the burner boy and did a grand total of nothing because John keeps rolling saves.
Keep rolling crits! Anyway, okay. Yeah, so just to be safe, he will use... You can only use the mission objective once, isn't it?
Yeah, because once you've claimed it, you've claimed it. Cool. There's no additional claiming of it.
Yes. I'll activate my commando here, so he'll claim this.
For 1 action.
Yep. So he's got 1 action point left, so he'll just move up. So he will do it, and then he'll just move 2. Oh, yeah, because he can't charge down. Then he'll move 2, so he's underneath.
Well, it'll cost him 2 to move through the terrain, and then he has 2 inches of movement.
Right, he's activated.
Right, so there's now 2 boys under there.
Let me just see. Oh, because if you go from here, it's basically moving around, so he'll still get in cover. Because it will should.
Yeah, the line of sight will still go through the pillar underneath.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, cool. Oh no, sorry, I don't score route because I have to be within 6 of your turn, so I don't get that.
Right.
I mixed that up. That's fine.
What we will do is we will activate the plasma gunner.
Yep.
he will use his free dash.
Yep.
To move behind the comms, the zealot.
Yep.
He's going to move up behind the cover here.
Yep, and just shoot.
And then he's going to shoot the Burna who he can see.
Yep.
Because the other Ork under there has a conceal order and is behind cover, so he's untargetable.
Yep. Oh, yes. So I'll just get one. Oh, we'll see how much you roll. So you hit on 4s, reroll in 1s, 5 or 6s are crits.
Plasma gun is 4 dice, hitting on 4s. I'm not going to supercharge the plasma gun.
Cool.
So it's just AP1.
Come on, supercharge.
He does have the buff from the zealot.
Yep.
So he can retain 1 crit, 1 5 plus as a crit.
Nice.
So we've currently rolled 1 crit, a second crit because of the zealot rule, and 2 additional hits.
So I get 1 for cover and then 2 6-up saves because I have a 5-up save and I'm not concealed.
So
okay, so
John has a save and a crit.
So I'll use my crit to negate your crit, and then my save to negate your saves.
That one's also a crit, so you would negate one of the other saves.
Yeah, one of the other saves.
So I end up with a crit because of the zealot and a normal hit. And with a plasma gun, the normal hit is 5. And
it's
the crit
dead.
is 6. So that's 11 wounds, which is 1 more than the Ork has. So I finally managed to kill an Ork, but he wasn't anywhere near an objective marker, so that doesn't really help me a huge amount. So on the 4 main pieces of terrain, they have a door in the middle section, which is the only part that's traversable. The other parts are heavy, which block line of sight. So John's moved behind the building.
Yep. Come to the middle. Because you got your spotter, demo, medic, and leader left.
Yes. We'll activate the spotter veteran.
Yep.
He'll spend 4 inches of his movement to get up.
Yep. 2
to move. And he will get his free dash action.
Yep.
And he will sit up there. There is now space on the other side because the Burna boy is dead.
Yep. So I've got my Slasha boy, Sniper boy, Rammer boy, and my knob.
Breacha boy. Something like that. We will. What we can do is we can activate the demo man.
Yep.
So it will take him 2 inches to go over, and he'll move 2.
Yep.
He'll just move another 2 to here.
Yep.
Have you got one of the bomb mine tokens? He has a special action where he can throw he can place a mine. So he will spend an action point to deploy a mine. And it has to be deployed within a triangle of him, so 1 inch. So he's going to deploy it roughly on the edge of the building here.
Yep.
And then as part of the action, he gets to make a free dash move away. He's going to dash behind the cover here.
Dash is square, right?
Dash is square, but he can throw it an inch. So that's
yeah, so that's fine. Cool, so then it's my turn.
He can then later use that as a shooting attack to detonate the mine.
I'll activate my Slasher boy. We'll go 1, 2. Still within.
It's 1 inch of the terrain to 1 inch of the cover.
That's fine because of your barrel. And then he'll claim that objective.
Right. So, what we will do.
Oh.
Square, that's good.
Is that what's the range of that bomb?
Square, so 3 inches.
I'll move a little bit back.
Oh, now you see. After you finish moving him and finish his activation.
I forgot it was that big a range.
We'll allow it. Millions wouldn't. They all know.
That's fine. There we go.
Can you roll crit cheats?
Massive cheat, yeah.
So what we'll do, even though there are still several orcs to go.
Oh yeah, they have the conceal order. They can't actually.
They can't charge, no.
Yeah. Why was I so scared?
Because you assumed everyone can charge from concealment.
Sorry, I forgot.
The orcs can.
I'm playing a broken war.
That you are. So leader is going to just use his free dash to get to here.
Yep.
And then he's going to move behind the terrain with his move.
Mm-hmm.
The medic is also going... Oh, sorry, it's now your action.
Yeah, what are you doing? I will activate my knob. So when he activates, I'll give an extra action point to my Breacha boy.
Because the Ork knob has a special rule where he can just give another Ork within 6 a free action point.
2, then he can move 2, and then he'll just dash up.
John's remembering again there is a mine next to that objective.
Some super precise measurement there.
So I'm 2, so I've got 2 inches left. How much? No, I'm not risking it because that would do too much damage.
Well, the mine does 4 dice, hitting on 2s and doing 5/6 damage with AP 1.
Move 2 and then you dash 3, right?
Yes. It's funny they went away around the building to go there when you could have just come around this side of it.
Ah, it's fine. I've used all my action points now. Cool. So it's your medic.
So my medic is the last one I have left to activate. He's gonna. He can actually. He can medic. So it's 1 action point. He has to be within an inch of the person.
Yep.
So the demo man, he's gonna spend his 1 action point. The operative regains 2d3 lost wounds. He's only lost 1, but he regains 4.
Yep.
So the medic is now fine. The demo man's now fine. He's going to get his free dash action and move to the side here. And then he's going to pass as his last action.
Cool. So then my one is... Yep. So now
Have you still got any operatives left to go?
No.
No.
Because you killed my guy.
So if John had an operative left, I would be able to use Overwatch from one of my models, which is a free shooting attack, but I can't because he's not got any left. So we then go on to counting up any VPs for the objectives. So John currently controls 3 to my 2.
Yep.
So John will score 1 for holding 2 objectives and 1 for holding more than me.
Yep.
And I will score 1 for holding 2 objectives. I don't score seize ground. I don't score
Can I
protect
just see the
assets.
mission?
I don't score seize ground, protect assets, or...
Oh, so you have to claim opponent's drop zone.
Yes, you have to claim the 2 that are in your opponents to gain any more
That's fine.
VPs.
All right. So now we roll for priority,
so
right?
Puts me on 2. Yeah. So.
How you want to?
Sorry, 1.
Yep. Okay.
So we roll off for initiative.
4. Which
Again, in ties, the person who went second goes first.
you get priority. You went first, so I went first.
Because you made me go first.
Nice. So strategy phase. I will declare a war. So I went up to 3 CP. Now I'm back down to 2. Would you like to declare anything? Oh, we have to declare orders, isn't it?
Well, orders is one of the things I can do.
No, I mean like activate fighters.
Oh, so yeah, we need to ready everything and declare what order they have. They'll be all on engage. Engage. Medic will be on engage. Demo man will be on engage. Mostly for the Krieg, it will be all switching from conceal to engage.
I forgot to move up my other guy.
Oh, your Breacher boy.
You do get an Overwatch, but I don't think you can shoot at anyone.
Well, I think we've gone. Well, I can because he was. I could have used the.
That's fine.
I could have detonated his mine. I could have shot with the plasma gun or this guy. But
That's fine. We'll skip it. Yeah,
that's why I did say, do you still have anybody left?
I forgot. It's my bad.
So all the Krieg are switching to engage orders.
All of my guys are pretty much the same because they can charge while concealed.
Yeah. A very, very strong thing for the Orks.
I'll switch my Dakka boy to engage.
Your sniper boy.
Sniper boy. Everyone else is the same. Okay, so I'm going to declare a war. So would you like to declare anything?
Fix bayonets, which give each time a friendly operative issues an order fights in the combat phase, roll attack dice step. You can re-roll any results of ones. So that affects everyone within 6 inches of him currently.
I'll pay another CP to skulk about, so I've got 1 CP left.
So affects my zealot, my medic, and my demo man.
Do you want to pay action point to make it
He's out of range.
Oh, I thought he doesn't have to be in range.
He does. He has to be in range of the order to relay the order.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't. Double check.
Yeah, no, it's when he's issued the order, he can then relay the order.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Any more? So you've done fixed bayonets.
So you did a war. I done the order for fixed bayonets.
I've done skulk about.
You've done skulk about. I will spend a CP because we generate 1 CP. I'll spend the 1 CP for clear the lines. So until the end of the turning point, each time a friendly guardsman operator fights in combat, I get to retain 1 successful normal hit without rolling it. Cool.
No more for me.
And that's it for me as well.
So we do real tac ops now, isn't it?
Yeah. If you have any more to reveal.
Oh, I should have revealed Robin's Ransack last turn. It doesn't do anything. It just activates it. Because when I killed you, I didn't actually score I didn't score route, but I triggered Robin Ransack. Because it's basically...
What's it say at the top of the card, though? When does it say do you reveal it?
You reveal this tac up when an enemy operative is incapacitated by a friendly operative within... No, I've misread that. Never mind. I'm going to reveal Seek and Destroy. No, Challenge.
Quick question, guys.
Yeah.
So, you know at the beginning of this turn, whatever this is
Yes.
called, you
Turning point.
said if everyone is concealed or engaged.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ready. So I'm going through this, and it's like each time a player activates one of their friendly operatives, they must determine whether it's got engaged or conceal order.
Oh, no.
The first turning point. In all subsequent turning points, they can choose what order to give it. So when is that done? Because it's under this, it's done. Because under this, it's under the Firefight Phase, which comes after everything.
So they've put it in the wrong order, but it's like...
Yeah, so you flip their order tokens, so that's what they have.
Because in perform actions, if you go down and you follow it,
you flip them all over and then you redetermine when you activate them.
yes. So the idea is if you ended the last turn concealed, you continue to be concealed until you activate.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point of concealed, right? You can you don't go, okay, I'm here, you get shot and you die. Instead,
Okay,
you've
that's
got that benefit.
fine, because then he remains concealed. Cool, that only changes one thing for me.
It changes 2,
And when you activate your guys, you'll go, haha.
4. It's odd because when you first set everyone up, you determine their order they're in when they're deployed.
It would have been at the end of the last turn that didn't exist.
Okay, so then let's... So I get... have you got anything more to reveal?
No, I've got nothing else to reveal.
Oh, I'm revealing, challenge. So I have to declare one of your operatives, and if I kill it... So my knob is obviously going to declare the challenge.
That's where he's going to declare his challenge on my sergeant and fail to kill my sergeant.
Oh, against your gunner, yeah.
So he's going to declare a challenge against my plasma gunner. He is within... Well, hang on, does it have to be within...
No, I don't have to be within. I'm just checking my charge range.
Oh, right.
Because it's
sorry, that's route. I'm
Yeah.
That's the...
So I will be within a charge range. So. Oh yeah, when I declare a war, I can retain one hit as a hit. So
So the war is when a commando operative fights in combat, you roll attack dice step. If you retain 2 or more normal hits,
it turns to a
you can
crit.
turn one of the normal hits into a crit.
Cool.
But it's no good if you roll all crits.
Yep. So I'll go first. I'll activate my knob. So when I activate him, I'll give 1 action point to the Breacha, just in case. So my knob will just literally charge to here. So it has to be within
An inch.
That's fine. Because it's move 8, but it costs 2 to go over the barricade, so it's just 6 away. So I'm in. So I'm importantly not in engagement range with him. So it's 4 dice, isn't it, for my knob?
Your knob has commander knob because he's got the big chopper.
Yep.
It's 4 dice, hitting on 2s with 5/6.
Cool. So I will turn. So I've rolled all hits, and I'll turn one into a crit.
So hang on, you get to retain one. So if you collect 2 hits, you turn one of them to a crit.
Cool. So I've rolled a crit. So you retain one as a success because you're in melee.
So the gunner just has a bayonet, which is 3 dice. He hits on a 4 with 2.
So you retain 1.
Yeah. So we automatically save 1, and I can reroll 1s on these 2 because he's within 6 inches of the sergeant. So I score a second hit.
Okay.
So we now go through one at a time, and John picks a dice and decides what he wants to do with it.
So your guy's dead, but I want to minimize the damage. Either way, it's fine because if I mitigate 1, because even if you have 7 wounds, right?
Yes.
Because the 6 will do 6 wounds, and then the next one will kill you. So because I can choose to either strike or parry. So I could parry your hit, but I would still take damage. But it doesn't matter because I can I'll just strike with the crit, and you can only stop 1 at a time, isn't it?
Yeah. So you pick a dice and you determine whether you're going to strike with the dice and do damage or parry to one of my dice.
Yeah. So I will just, for the sake of it, I'll parry your 1 strike.
Right. I will use mine to strike and do 2 damage to the orc.
And then I'll do crit, and then
so John then resolves a crit, which is 6 damage. And
I'll
then
kill you.
Because I have no more dice, he just resolves the next one and his last one.
So I take 2 damage from
you.
bayonet?
Take 2 wounds, and my plasma gunner dies. So
I get 1 VP for challenge, and then I get another VP because I did it while within 6 inches. Someone 4. Your turn to activate.
I feel like we've got to try and kill somebody. So the sergeant is gonna activate and have an engage order.
Oh yeah, my guy's still engaged because he doesn't care.
But he's still
a concealed order. Sorry.
Unfortunately, he's standing in the open, so people can shoot him.
Oh, it's fine. It's because the skulk about. That's the important thing.
So he's going to switch to an engage order.
Yep.
He's 2 inches in the barricade. Costs him 2 to move it, and he has 2 inches, so he can hop over the barricade and into combat with the orc.
Cool.
Out of the mine range. So that's his move. That's his first AP. His second AP is to fight the orc boy.
Yep.
He has a power sword, which gives him 4 dice on 3s. Bayonets, he can reroll 1s.
Yep.
And because of clear the lines, he can retain 1 hit as a successful hit automatically.
Is clear the lines? I have to be one. Is the what's?
It's until the end of the turn point. Each time a friendly veteran guardsman officer fights in combat, before rolling your
Yep.
dice, you can retain 1.
And hold the line.
No, that's called clear.
Oh, the other one, fixed bayonet. Sorry.
Fixed bayonets is I can roll 1s.
Oh, cool. Go ahead. Just checking. And then my Slasha boy is 4 dice, right?
Slasher boy is 4 dice hitting on 3s with 2/5.
Cool.
So I retain 1 hit automatically.
So you're lucky, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Just 2 hits. So it could be a total of 3 hits.
So then my guy is 4 dice hit on 3s.
4 dice on 3s, doing 2/5.
So I can retain one of these to a crit, right?
So you've scored 2 hits, so you can turn 1 to a crit. Yeah. No, one of your. You have to retain 2 hits, and you turn one of your hits into a crit.
Trying to think. Yes, I will turn one of them into a crit.
Do. So starting with me, I get to pick what I do with the dice.
It's going to be 2 hits. Yeah.
Yeah, you missed with those ones.
Yeah,
There's nothing you can do about that. I will use one of my attacks to parry the normal hit from John.
I'll do my crit to you, which does.
Your crit does 5 damage.
Cool. And then you do.
And then I do 2 standard hits with the power sword, which is, I believe, 5 and 5?
4 and 4?
4 and 4? 4 and 4, yeah.
So 8.
Yeah,
so I have. So how many wounds do I have left?
You have
2 wounds left. So 6. I'll use green dice for my orcs to make it easier. So I roll on my effect, right? On a 2-up, you take 2 mortal wounds or something?
Yeah, so each time after the fight in combat, if you lost any wounds but were not incapacitated, you can roll 1 dice. On a 4+, the enemy operative suffers 2 mortal wounds.
No.
No.
Cool. So that's activated.
Because you've got so many knives.
What's the range on your medic again for when someone dies?
Square.
Cool. Your leader's just out. Yeah, so obviously I have to activate next. Yeah, so my comms boy will just charge into your leader. Let me check. He's got a chopper. So I outnumber you, so I hit on 2s. Yeah, Yes.
So where is your comms boy?
Next to the door. Ah! So he'll charge through there. He's in engagement range. He should be square in.
Yeah, you'll have to be engaged with me. You'll have to be in range of mine. Because I'm on smaller bases than you. You'll be in range of the mine.
I'm just out.
Oh, okay, fine.
So he'll charge in. So, well, actually, yeah, he'll charge in. Then he'll use his free action point to.
No, it costs an action point to give.
He does it for free.
Oh, because you gave him that. Yeah.
So he'll do that first for free to claim that, and then I will.
I thought you already claimed that one last turn.
I thought you claim it every turn.
It's claimed by your kill team. Yeah, no. Once you've claimed it, I believe the objective is claimed by your side.
Okay. He'll still attack
until your opponent claims it.
So I'm 4 dice hitting on freeze because I've given him a chopper, doing 4/5 damage. I outnumber you, so I get +1 to hit. So I'm hitting on 2s.
Well, you have a support because you have a second person engage.
So I'll turn one of these into a crit. Well, so I roll 2 5s and a 4, and I'll turn this 4 into a crit.
Yeah. So you hit crit.
You retain 1 as a hit.
Yeah. So I automatically retain 1 hit.
That's fine.
So I retain 1 hit. I hit on.
Freeze rerolling once.
Yeah, 3 rerolling ones, and I have lethal 5+.
Yep.
Well, so we scored a crit. That one's a miss, but I can reroll the 1.
Yep.
Which he scores another hit.
Cool, I use the crit to kill you.
Yeah, because you're going first.
Yep.
So yeah, you kill me.
And you're not within range. I measured that.
Yeah. So yeah, John's attack kills the sergeant.
And he's still got. You can't. Can you dash after charging?
No, you can't dash
You
if
can't
you
perform
charge.
a charge action and a dash action.
Okay.
And you've also used up all your actions.
Yes, I have. Yes. Cool. I'm on that one. Your turn.
Right. So we're activating the Zealous Guardsman.
Yep.
He's going to spend his 1 action point to start preaching zealousy. So everyone within square of him gains the ability.
Zealousy.
He is then going to use his other action point to shoot the Ork Knob.
Yep.
Even though the Ork Knob has conceal order, the line of sight does not go through any terrain or cover.
Yep.
So I can shoot him because he's visible.
Yep.
So the Guardsman has 4 dice last gun.
Hitting on 4s, 5 and 6 is a crit.
Because of his zealousy, and does 2/3 damage. So he only hits twice. John is not in cover, so.
But I have Skulk about, so 1 is retained.
So he gets to retain 1 dice.
2 5-ups.
He saves 1.
So how much damage does your crit do?
The crit does 3, the normal one does 2.
Either way, I'm stopping 1, so I'll just stop the crit. So I
John,
take 2.
John can spend 2 defense dice to stop 1 crit, and then takes 2 more wounds.
So my knob has. He's
taken 4.
So he's got 7 wounds left. No, not 7. 8 or something. No.
The knob has 13. So
Cool.
He's taken 4.
9 wounds left. Okay, my turn to activate. It worked well last time. I could just Dakka dash up. Okay. So I've scored challenge. So I've scored challenge. So it's just seek and destroy. Oh yes, I would have triggered rob and ransack when I killed your leader because no one was within square.
Yeah.
So now the next, so I've triggered rob and ransack when I killed his leader. So I now need to do a shooting attack.
Well, no, because you don't have. With Rob and ransack. There's 2. There's one that says you designate a marksman.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I can't score this then.
I'm not sure. When I read it, it says your marksman. Another shooting attack made by your marksman, but this doesn't anywhere say a marksman on it.
I think it's meant by your trait. That'd be in the core rules.
I don't know if any of you orcs have. No, you don't have marksman.
No. They have the crosshair triangle.
This one.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
No, but that's only used for special spec ops play.
No, but it would still make me a marksman, right?
Well, no,
let's check the core rules.
Where's your other cards, John?
I mean, one does definitely say you nominate one of your fighters to become a marksman.
Exactly, which is why I believe to use that one to gain the actual extra points.
Because that's nonsense
you need
otherwise.
to use deadly marksman.
I drew them together.
Yeah, select one friendly operative to be your marksman. Because this one is if any other enemy operatives are incapacitated. Yeah.
It's under this Spec Ops play.
Yeah, we're playing match play. This is why I think that's a very odd thing that it says you have to have a marksman.
There we go. Yeah, it's marksman. Here's a marksman.
Battle honors.
That's battle honors.
So the first time an operative gains a battle honor, you must select one specialism for them to progress in. The specialism is a focused skill set. Which follows once you select.
I mean, I still think it would, because I could only do it via shooting, right? So I've only got 2 models because you've killed 3 models because you've killed the Burna.
Well, everyone has got a gun that can shoot.
No, but they're the only ones that say marksman on their data sheet, data card.
Well, this is where this isn't clear because when I played with it last time and I read that and went, oh, you have to have you have to have the marksman, and the other spec op says designate a marksman.
Yeah.
Because quite literally, it's called Deadly Marksman.
Because I think it would be fine. I mean, if you don't want to play that way, that's fine.
Yeah, because it is odd that you have. What was it, Robin Ransack?
Yeah.
If any other enemy objective, achieve this first condition, your marksman has not been incapacitated. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I need to add a victory point for route.
Yeah, Robin Ransack is useless without having a marksman.
So that's a dead one until it's clarified. Wait, didn't your comms guy have the conceal order before?
Yes, he did.
Yes. Okay, so I will activate. I'll just do my Dakka boy again.
So he's going to move up onto there.
Then Dakka dash.
That should cost 2, not 1. So yeah, he's going to spend 1 AP to move, and he's going to spend 1 AP to do Dakka dash, which lets him do a shoot, and then a dash.
5 dice, hitting on 4s?
5 dice, hitting on 4s, 3/4.
Rolled off. So I get all of these, and you are not in cover.
4. So you only. That's a 3.
Okay,
on 4s.
Yep.
So
I'm not
in cover. I get 3 5-up saves.
Oh, nice.
So I saved 2. We will cancel the crit with 1, and we'll spend the hit to cancel a hit, leaving just a single hit, which does 3 damage. So I've already taken 1, so I've taken 4 now.
Now you are wounded.
Yeah. Do you want to grab one of the wounded counters?
That's fine. And then my Dakka dash, I'll just drop.
Well, you can't go that way because it costs you 2 inches to drop, and you have only an inch of movement, and you've got to get your whole base.
Yeah, because I would have. So it's 4 to get up.
Yeah. So you would have had to have gone the 4 up and then to the edge.
Yeah,
and then an inch off and down.
Yeah.
Because your base is actually bigger than an inch.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to remember. You're on a 32mm base, so technically, unless there's enough space, you can't fall off.
Yeah. But he's activated, so it's you next.
Right, me next. Unfortunately, this is not going so well. What we will do is we will activate the
Hardened Vet.
Hardened Vet, you might as well. He will charge the knob.
Yep.
And then he will attack. The Hardened Veteran has a bionic arm, which is 3 dice, hitting on 4s.
So you retain 1.
So I automatically retain 1 as a hit for that. I can reroll 1s for the affixed bayonets, and I can turn a 5 into a crit because of the veteran.
Nice, 2 crits.
So that becomes 2 crits.
Ooh.
So John has scored 2 hits, which you can turn one of those into a crit because of the war.
Yeah, I will turn 1 into a crit.
So my first action will be to use one of my crits to cancel John's crit.
So then I will do 4 damage to you. So you need to roll 4 dice. If you roll no 5-ups, you are dead.
Roll a 5-up.
We got 1 wound left.
So I'm on 6. I will then perform a crit, which does 5. Crit does 5, and a hit does 4, which is 9, which kills your knob.
Yep. He's dead. So this actually eases things up a bit. So next I'll charge with one of my choppers. And then what I'll do, I'll move in engagement range. Because how much damage do you do?
He's normal guardsman, they do 2/3, I think it is. Yeah, 2/3.
So you're hitting on 4s. You would get 3s to hit.
Yeah.
How many attacks are you? 3 or 4 dice?
3 dice.
Oh yeah, I'll attack you then.
So you're going to attack my Zealot Veteran.
Yes.
Yeah. So you roll your dice. So you scored 2 hits, so you can turn one of those into a critical. I automatically retain
one as a hit.
One as a hit. So I get 2 more attacks with bayonets. It hit on 4s. It hits on 3s because I've got support.
Yep.
I can re-roll the 1. So that becomes a crit and 2 hits. John has the first opportunity to strike.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll do a crit to do 5 damage to you.
Yeah. I will use one of my hits to cancel your hit.
No, I take 5 damage.
And then I do 5 wounds back with a crit and a hit.
Your turn to activate.
4 additional guardsmen or 2 tactical assets.
Oh, which ones did you pick?
The guided missile and the strafing run.
Yep. Which one would you like to do?
So because he's gonna. You do it from an operative, but it doesn't count as activating. So we're gonna use the spotter.
Yep.
As the person for the line of sight.
Yep.
We're gonna pick the comms.
Yep.
And because I'm elevated, I'm on a vantage point. I ignore. He's also in the open. I ignore his concealed order. So we're going to pick the comms. We're going to put the strafing run marker here, which should then, when we draw a 1mm line, it should go through the comms boy, the stabber boy, and the commando boy.
Cool.
And then you get to make an attack against each model that the line goes through.
Where do you determine cover from?
When determining if an operator is a target, draw cover lines from the mark, and if they're in cover by light terrain, they're treated to have an engage order for that attack instead. So you draw it from the mark.
Yep.
And
I knocked over a barricade.
You're not over, but he's not in cover from the mark.
Nope.
And he's not being concealed in either of those, so they don't gain any cover.
Cool.
And it is a 6 dice attack against each of them.
Yep, so you do him first.
Starting on the comms boy. It is 4+ and does 2-3. So we score 2 crits and a hit.
So I get automatic because I'm skulking about, and then 2 5-up saves. No. So I just get 1, so I'll knock the 5. So I take 6 damage.
Yep, you take 6. So then we will go with the stabby boy next. Much better. 2 crits, 2 hits.
Get 1, 2 5-ups.
No,
he's dead.
So he dies. He takes. Well, you knock off 1, so he takes 6, 7, 8 damage. And then against the commando boy, we score 3 hits. 4, 4, 5.
So we will live.
Unless you.
So I knock 1 off.
So you take 4 more wounds. He's on 9.
1 left.
I didn't kill the comms boy, which is unfortunate. So that counts as an activation, but doesn't activate a model.
Cool. All right. So I will activate next. So I'll do it while I still can. I'll charge with this this boy here.
So he's going to charge the veteran, I'm assuming.
Yep. So 4 dice hitting on 3s, now hitting on 2s, and any successes I can turn into crits.
No, you don't gain the additional 1 because he's engaged.
Oh, yes, sorry.
So you hit on 3s still, anyway.
Yes. So I got 4 hits and a crit.
So I automatically retain 1.
Yep.
And then I have 2 more attacks.
Hitting on 4s.
2 more attacks on 4s, but I am over half, so it's actually hitting on 5s.
Yep.
Nope. So no, they don't hit.
I'll negate. So you've got 1 success, I've got 4. So I'll negate that, and then I'll do a crit. So you need to roll 5 dice. Oh, look, he's dead.
And he's still saved one.
Save one. He's dead. Cool. You next.
Me next. So you still have things like your Ramboy and stuff over there.
You do?
Well, what we might as well do is activate the actual comms.
Yep.
Spotter even. He'll go for an engage order.
Yep.
And then he will shoot your comms boy.
Yep.
Who is down on the ground.
Yeah, you can use it. He'll just be -1 to hit. Oh, and Woodley is you can't even move and shoot.
No, that's why it's silent. So, has he taken? Oh,
Yeah.
Before,
You're wounded.
It's an extra dice, so actually you might as well stay concealed.
Yep.
Because it's silent, so you can do it from concealment.
Yep.
He will call mortar barrage on the orc boy,
So
the comms boy.
5 dice and on 5s.
It normally hits on 4s, +1 because he's wounded.
Yep.
So
One
it's
hit.
1 hit.
Retain 1 and... Nope, so I cancel out.
Which is lucky for you. So he's done.
It's my guy. Because I've got this, right?
But yeah, if you claimed it previously, yes.
Cool. So he'll move 4 up to the door,
Yeah.
2 to go right through.
Well, yeah, no, he still needs movement to move through the door, though. Because it's not that it's you move through the door for 2 inches. It costs you 2 inches to move across. It essentially reduces your movement by 2. If he wants to shoot, he can't get through that door because he's too far away. Because even if you're on the other side of the wall, you need 2 inches of movement because you're on a 32mm base. It's funny, so the orcs can't even dash through a door because their base is too big to actually go from one side of the wall to the other.
Yeah, because I control this, I will just go concealed.
So he's going to change from engaged to conceal order.
Stick. We move 6 inches. The door. And I could dash through because that's free.
Well, no. Again, it costs you 2 inches to move through the door,
Oh, yeah.
and you then have to move an inch, and your base isn't bigger than 1 inch.
He's moved there then. Your turn.
So yeah, you want to change him from engage order to a conceal order. So the medic is just going to move out slightly.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go for an engage
Yep.
order. He will shoot your comms boy, who he can now see because he's over an inch away from the cover.
Yep.
And he's not beyond 2 inches of concealing.
So you got 4 dice.
4 dice with the las gun.
Hitting on 4s.
Yeah. Hitting on 4s.
2 crits.
2 crits.
So I retain 1 save, and I roll 2
Swapping
5-ups.
around.
Ooh. So I negate your crit with my crit, and I negate your crit with my 2 saves.
Yep.
Whew. I mean, so for my turn, he is just out of 3. So now my Breacha boy will charge in. So he's 8 inches away, but because of his special rule, he ignores 2 inches of terrain every time he moves.
He ignores the distance terrain removes. But if he's behind that wall, whereabouts is he behind the wall?
Literally, he should be right behind it.
If he's right behind the door,
Yeah.
so
8 inches.
yeah. But first of all, 6 inches gets you there.
And then 2 inches will get me within 1.
Are you within 3? Yes.
Yep. Oh, Kool-Aid man! Oh, yeah. Okay. So he's still concealed. So it's 3 dice hitting on 5s. I know, 3 dice hitting on 3, sorry.
Breacha boy, yeah. Breacha is 3 dice hitting on 3s, doing 5 and 5 with brutal.
I'll change one of these to a crit. So I do a 5 and 6.
Which makes no difference almost.
Yep.
So
you retain 1.
Yeah, so I retain 1 for the order.
And then you've got 2 dice hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, nice.
Yeah, there we go. So you get to attack first, and you do 5 damage.
I just do 5,
You
5,
just do
right?
5 damage.
Yeah, I'll do 5 damage to you.
So you do 5 damage to me, so I take 5. I will
let me
then
think,
I will then use a
yeah.
crit to parry your attack,
Yep.
and then I will hit you back twice for 4 damage.
Cool. So I've taken 4 damage. Cool. Oh, you can't parry my. You can only. Oh, you parry
Parried with a crit.
Yeah, there we go.
Because the Breacha has brutal, you
Yep.
can only parry its attacks with crits rather than with hits. Which luckily I had a crit.
Cool.
I've already put the 5.
Okay, cool. Your turn to activate.
My turn to activate.
Could fall back with your guy.
You should be within 3 of that because.
No, I'm just out.
Well, no, because I had to dash an inch away from it. Otherwise, he'll now be in range of it because you've just slid it over.
Nope, he's still out of range. Because that's why I made sure he was next to the door, because he just has the movement to clear it.
Okay, fine.
But you can't detonate anyway, because it would cost you 2 AP to...
No, it's 1 AP, because I could always use my
No.
comms guy to give him an AP and fall back.
Yeah, but you'd have to do that next.
Yeah, I could do him, then fall back, and then he's stuck there.
Yes.
So I can detonate it. Yeah, it's making a shoot action.
The main reason I charged was to lock you in place.
Oh, not really, because I can just fall back.
Well, that's the plan, yeah. Fall back, because you have to go further away.
Well, I only have to just move away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the... because I can shoot at you and there's no negative. He does have a...
Conceal, yeah. So he would get the benefit of that and skulk about.
Yeah.
So you could basically just shoot or give an AP for him to fall back and shoot. Well, no, you could AP, shoot, then him fall back and shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can you shoot and fall back?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The only things you can't do are move or charge.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you might as well do that then.
Yeah, so the comms can switch to engage.
Yep.
He can spend an AP to give the demo man an AP.
Yep.
And he has 1 AP left, so he can shoot your Ramboy.
It's 4 dice.
4 dice. 4 4s. So just the 1 crit.
Cover, skulk about, gloating. So yeah, just negate. My turn.
Yep.
My Dakka boy should be able, Sniper boy should be able to see your guy.
Is your guy in engagement range of the ram guy?
Yeah.
You can't shoot him anyway. You're not allowed to shoot anyone that's within engagement range.
Oh, no.
Friendly. I'll get to break that rule.
He'll-
Thing.
Right, he'll just hide behind the wall then.
Yeah, so I can see you, but you will still get cover. But if I get shot back, I get cover. So my Sniper boy, 6 dice hitting on freeze.
Yeah. 6 dice hitting on 3s.
Ooh.
Well, lots of 1s and 2s, so he's actually really bad this time.
Yep. So you get 1 cover save. So I've got 2 successes.
So I automatically save 1 for cover.
Yep.
And I save another 1. So my 2 hits cancels your 2 hits.
Cool. So then it's your thingy.
So yeah, my demo guy has 3 AP. I'm still not sure how you're not within range of it, seeing as I threw it 1 inch and I moved 3 inches away from it. And it has a 3-inch blast. I'm still not sure how you're not in range of the mine that I threw. Because it can only be within 4 inches of me. And
Is John's base more than...
yeah, he's on the 32-inch base.
Then you have to be.
Okay,
You have to be within...
Yeah.
That's the thing, is I only moved 4 inches away from it. There's no
Cool.
way
Yep.
you can't not be in range. So we will fall back. Which falling back is...
You have to move further away.
Oh yeah, I just have to move away from you. Fall back. Yeah, you can only do it if you're really engaged at range. I just have to finish further away.
Basically a normal move that
Yeah.
has to be out of engagement range.
So we're just gonna move back here. We don't need to remove our conceal because it's a silent weapon, and then we will detonate the mine.
So oddly, you're -1 to hit. You're really bad at pressing, like, oh, my finger.
Really bad at blowing up a bomb.
Yep.
Though the remote mine is 4 dice. It hits on 2s.
Hit on
so
3s.
Hit on 3s now. It's only 2 hits.
So where does covered? What does it have for special rules?
So it comes from behind you, so
Okay.
you're not in cover.
So I've got 1 save from Skulk About. So 2 5-ups.
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
No, so he takes a normal hit, which is 5 damage.
Oh, he lives because I negate 1 with that, so I've got 1 wound left.
I only did 4 with my melee attacks.
Oh, okay.
And then the mine is removed.
Okay, so now we total up victory points because we've both. I've got no one left to activate. You've got no one left to activate.
Yep.
So I control.
You control
2.
3 still.
Yep.
I control 2, so you get 2 points. I get 1. I failed to kill him, which would give me points.
Cool. So I've already scored challenge. I can't score deadly marksman technically until they clarify it. So cool. Then we go on to roll off for the next initiative.
Yep.
You first.
5.
Strong. Nope,
2.
so you get first initiative.
I will probably take the initiative.
Cool.
Otherwise,
So
I'm feeling everyone will die. So
now we go on to turn 3.
So we refresh your operatives. Do you want to do the mark there?
Yep.
Right, we do any strategic ops.
You first.
Sorry, I don't have the sergeant anymore because he got murdered, so I can't do the guardsman order.
Cool.
We will do. We'll spend it. So we gain a CP. Oh no, I don't gain a CP because I don't have a leader on board. Neither do you.
No, we just get a CP at the start of every time.
No, you. Oh no, sorry, yeah, you do. Sorry,
Yeah, you get 2 CP at the start of the game.
I'll spend a CP on clear the line, so I get to retain a dice as a hit in combat. Any for you?
I'll do
Another
Skulk
war
about again, so I'm on 2 CP, so I'll go down to 1. So I'm skulking.
for us.
And then I'll call a war, so I have no CP left. Alright. So you get first choice of activation. Who do you like to activate?
Yeah. You know what we might actually do is to have a pretty good chance of killing your Breacha ram is to activate the demolitionist.
Yep.
He will activate. He will spend an AP to throw a mine an inch.
Yep.
So he can throw it. I'm going to catch one of them.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to catch one of them.
I
I'll
was
catch the guy in cover.
That's okay.
And then he can dash.
Yeah.
So he's going to dash behind here.
Or dash around.
Yeah. He's going to dash.
Cool. And then you shoot.
He's then going to detonate the mine for his shooting attack. So he's 4 dice.
-1 because you're wounded.
Yeah, he's a bit groggy.
It's a wounded bomb.
So that's 3 hits.
Okay, so I get 1 for cover, 1 for skulking about.
Yes, you do get.
Need a 5 up. No, he's dead.
So he takes another 5 wounds. Is obliterated. Oh, my guy who is here, who's also in range.
See how I'm friends.
He gets 1 for cover.
Yep. Why are you only rolling 2 dice?
Because he saves 1 because he's in cover.
I thought you roll for each.
I
think it is. He makes a shooting attack against every target.
Okay, make it, yeah. So actually, 4 dice. So the attack on him,
Yep.
I was just doing his defense dice for the same attack.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Oh,
so he's
wow.
fine.
So he only hand does 1,
There you go.
and I save 1 for in cover,
Yeah. Nice.
and yeah, he's fine.
Cool.
Take that, John.
I will. I'll chink. My chopper boy will charge around. He's got all the movement now.
That's fine. Your chopper boy is going to fail.
He's still concealed. Okay, so it's 4 dice, hitting on freeze, +1 because I have more.
Yep.
You got 2 wounds left. And
Wow.
I'll change a 2 into a crit.
No, you can't. It has to be one of your hits, John.
They're all hits.
Oh, you hit on
yeah.
2s because of the
Yeah.
assist.
I'm an orc.
Well, I have a 3. I automatically retain 1.
Yep.
And that's a miss because I'm on 5s. And you do a crit. And
So I'll parry you, and then I'll kill you with a crit.
Well, no, then I do damage to you.
No, because you only rolled 1 success.
Yes. Oh, sorry, yeah, you
Yeah, then I'll kill you. That's okay. Cool. Your turn.
My turn.
Oh, I score rout again because I killed someone while I was within. So I've fully scored rout. So I'm on 8 VP. And I've scored all my attack ops.
So, well, the spotter might as well activate, staying concealed.
Yep.
And he's going to mortar barrage the comms boy again.
So you hit on 5s?
5 dice, hitting on 4s, going to 5s.
Yep. One rolled out. Yep.
Just the one.
Skulked. And then, for the sake of it, it will go. Cool.
Talking about seems very strong.
It is. It's too strong. Because it stacks with cover.
It's as long as you have a conceal order, you get to retain a dice.
If the orcs aren't shooting, they basically can do anything they want.
Well, the fact is, most of the orcs don't need engage orders because they can charge while concealed. It's only the few orcs like the Shooter Boy, the Burner Boy, and the Rokkit Boy who don't need conceal orders. And this is what we were saying, that these two kill teams are very differently tuned to all the other kill teams in the compendium.
I'll find my super Dakka boy at your medic.
Yeah.
6 shots, hitting on 3s, don't get any rerolls.
Wow, that's finally a time when you fail to roll anything. Really.
Yes.
You get 2 hits.
Yep.
So
save one for the cover.
Save one for cover.
2 5-ups.
And I
Chink.
cancel all of your hits.
So that was a shoot. I've still got a move. Your turn.
Right. The medic is gonna basically fall back behind the cover.
Yep.
And then he's gonna be concealed. He's then gonna use his medic action.
Yep.
To do 2d3 wounds. So that's 3
3
wounds. So he's
got 2 wounds damaged. Oh. Okay, my turn. I might as well. So I'll do my so I'll move 6. Use Dakka dash.
So you might as well use one of the
Official.
Well, the correct distances. So to perform a dash.
I am just within 6, so I get rerolls against him because he's still engaged. So 5 dice, hitting on 3s, rerolling everything. Oh my gosh. So I've got a 5 and a 6.
He hits on 4s, but yeah, +1. No, he hits on 4s.
Oh, rerolling everything.
And you get to reroll misses.
There we go. So I've got all of those.
4. So I'm in cover, so I was going to get 1 save.
Yep.
And then I get a crit. So the crit cancels a crit. Hit cancels a hit. So you do 2 hits, which are 3 and 3.
6
so
damage.
6. He'd already taken 1 wound, so
Dead.
he dies.
Yes! Depths from the splash. Now you're out of activations. You Overwatch with a guy.
I have to have somebody who has an engage order to Overwatch.
Oh wow, yeah, you don't have anyone.
So
Hey.
I can't do an Overwatch action.
So it's just moving up from me.
So you've only got 1, 2 people, I think, left.
And my comms. That's 2 inches of movement, and then another 2. So I've got 2 movement left. That's probably better to get more.
Well, you want to try and not leave him in the open.
He'll move up, and then he can dash free. Ta-da! He'll be concealed because he's got no one to shoot at.
Again, you do that when you start the order.
And I have this. So he will stay concealed until just move.
Basically, he can move 2 inches over the barrier. So it's
2, and then
2, and then 2.
So we'll get there. And then we'll just dash here. And he'll be concealed. He'll just move around. So he'll move 6 basically around to there. Stay concealed. And then he'll claim that one.
Yep.
And they're all activated. So at the end of that, I get 3 VP now because I control.
Yes, because you now control one of mine and I get 0 because I don't control 2 of them.
Cool. Scored all my attack ops, so now we roll for priority
For the last round.
last round, round 4. So close.
5.
You win.
Cool. I think I will
Have to take priority.
so everyone refreshes.
Yep. All of mine are refreshed, it's fine.
Well, no, it's not, because if they're... Otherwise, I'll say, John, fine, they're all on grey, so none of them can go.
Okay, fine. Strategy. We all both generate command point. Would you like to use fixed bayonets?
I'll use fixed bayonets is the order. I'll use clear the lines, which is I get to retain a dice in combat just in case.
I will skulk about because it's so good, and I'm out of command points.
I'll also use take cover, which gives me, if I'm in cover, I get +1 to my save.
Cool. Right. Fire away! Swing away, Krieger!
Right. What we can do... They're both unwounded.
Yeah. No. One of them has 5 wounds.
It's the
this one.
Yeah. So we still have the demo guy.
Demo man. Comms boy's got 4 wounds left. Dakka boy, normal boy's got 3 wounds left. Everyone else is unwounded.
So we'll activate the
Demo. Yep.
He's gonna need to have an engage order.
Yep.
Fortunately, everything he wants to shoot at is currently. So he's going to move behind the wall.
Yep.
And then, well, we'll have to try shooting the.
Oh, he's taking 2.
Dakka boy. So fire his lasgun at the Dakka boy because it's really the only thing.
So it's your hotshot lasgun. So hitting on 4s. Whoa.
Oh, 2 hits, 2 crits.
So I'm not in cover, but I get 1 for skulk about.
Yep.
2 5-ups. Oh. Your crits do how much?
3. So the crits do 3, the hits do 2. Oh, no, sorry, 3 and 4 because he's got the hotshot equipment.
I will
cancel 2 hits, so you take 6 damage.
Cool.
No, 8 damage even. Sorry.
Yep. Me next.
Yeah.
Might as well use my Dakka guy while. So he'll Dakka dash. Let me just measure if he'll be in range.
Well, he won't be able to dash if it's 2 inches from the centre, which is this side of the barricade.
Well, just move. Yeah, because I'll move up the building and just get rid of your guy here. So he'll still be engaged. So it's 5 dice, hitting on 5s, re-rolling, and I'll Dakka dash. So I'll move up. And
you're injured though, so yeah.
So normally 4s.
Normally 4s goes to 5s.
5 dice hitting on 5s, re-rolling everything. Oh my gosh.
Which he needs.
Crit.
He gets a single crit.
So you got 3 dice on a 5-up.
I get 3 dice on a 5-up. So that's 1 crit.
No!
And I cancel the crit.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yes. Then I will.
That's it. You've moved and you Dakka dashed.
No, but I shot first. Then I'll just drop off. Oh. That was an eventful shooting. You're next.
Mine next.
Took 6 damage, so he's got 4 wounds left. Yeah, 8 damage. Sorry, so he's got 2 wounds left. Yeah.
Well, let's use my other strategic asset, which is the guided missile.
Yep.
We will use it from the spotter on your shooter boy.
Yep.
The guided missile is 4 dice hitting on 3s.
Yep. So -1. Oh no, it's not. Yeah,
No,
4 dice hitting on 3s.
Because he's not actually making the shoot.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. So that is crit and 2 hits.
Skulk. So 2 5-ups.
He's not. He's got an engage order, so.
Oh yes, sorry.
He doesn't get his skulk.
Nope, so he's dead.
So he doesn't make any saves. The missile is AP1 anyway, so he would have to save 6s, and it does. The crit does 6, and then 4, 4, and 4.
Yeah, he's dead.
So he explodes.
So I activate next. Okay, so my rocket boy can see your wounded dude. Yes. So I'll fire my 5 dice, hitting on 4s, re-rolling everything on your dude.
Why is he reroll? Oh, because
Because they moved, yep.
Yeah.
Rolling these two.
So 4 hits.
4 hits. So you get 3 saves.
3 saves. I'm behind cover, so I automatically save 1.
And I've got AP 1.
I've got +1 to my save, so I'm still saving on 5s.
Nope.
No. So your Rokkit boy does 4 lots of 4. Well, 3 lots of 4, so it does 12 wounds, which kills.
Do you want to use your medic to keep him alive?
Yeah, we might as well. So it will. When he dies, he won't die. He has 1 wound remaining.
And your action points both go down to 1.
Yeah. So the medic only has 1 AP this round.
Cool. And then I will just. I can't move that. I'll just move back onto this objective.
It's odd. You can stay still, shoot as your first action, and reroll your hits, and then move. But it says if you haven't moved in that activation.
It's balance. That's what we call balance.
When you're doing your Dakka dash, how are you leaping off that building?
Just
Drop.
Yeah, but you can only. I guess he's doing it with the free dash action,
Yes.
right? Well, the free dash action only allows him to move square,
which is 3
Which
inches.
is 3 inches.
which is 3 inches. So is that building 3 inches tall?
Yes.
Yes, but you round down.
Okay.
For
Dropping is you.
Yeah, I know.
Each level is 2 inches, and you round down. So he has 1 inch of movement and 2 inches vertical.
Cool. Your turn to
Which
activate.
is the odd thing. You can't dash up, but you can dash off.
Well, you can dash up when you climb.
Yes. Yeah. My action. So my medic only has 1 AP. He might as well try. Problem is he can't shoot anybody.
Nope.
Well, apart from this guy who's in the open.
Yep.
He's not going to kill him. Well, you can shoot your Dakka Ork who's already gone.
Yep.
What you might as well do is you might as well go for an engage order.
Yep.
Shoot the Dakka boy.
Yep.
His lasgun. 4 dice on 4s. So just 1 crit.
So skulk about, cover.
He isn't skulking because he's got engage order.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was the.
No, I can't shoot him because
see.
he's in cover and he's concealed.
So I need 5 up. Oh, he's dead.
No, so he takes 4 damage. 3 damage, so yeah, and that kills him.
Okay, so moi. He's got 4 wounds. 6. Yeah. So my unwounded boy will charge in. So 6 to there. Oh, for goodness sake. 2 inches, so he's an inch away. So there's an engagement range. So 4 dice on my choppers, hitting on 3s. Crit and hit. So you get 3 dice. You don't retain 1 now?
No, I do retain 1 for the I did the order.
Okay, cool.
So I retain 1 as a hit.
I mean, you could stratagem.
Stratagem, sorry, yeah.
So
they miss. So you have choice of what you're going to do first.
I'll strike for 5 damage.
Yep. And then I will parry you. I might as well parry you to stop you killing me.
Cool. Then it's your turn to activate.
I don't have any remaining.
You have your spotter.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's spotter. Yeah.
Oh no, use this mortar barrage. No, use the strike.
He
Strike,
used
yeah.
The strike, yes.
So you could use the mortar barrage.
Yeah, so he will stay concealed. He will use the mortar barrage on the Rokkit boy who's in the open.
Cool.
5
dice hit on 5.
5 dice on 5 because he's wounded.
I can't really call this in, guys. Oh my gosh.
He rolls 3 5s though.
Oh my gosh. How much damage are you doing?
The mortar barrage does. I think it's the same as the lasgun. Basically, it's 2/3. Yeah.
3 5-ups. Ooh. So I take 4 damage.
Take 4 damage. Yeah. Cool. It's just it has blast and barrage, so you measure cover from
The above.
yeah.
Oh, so I've taken 2.
So you took 4.
Oh yeah, sorry. My comms boy will charge in. We can charge around. So yes. So I'll charge move around here. And then I'll fight your guardsman here. So 4 dice hitting on 4s, normally 3s, but I gave him a chopper, but I'm wounded.
Oh well, 1 hit.
Yep.
I automatically retain 1.
Yep.
For the combat order. And a crit.
Cool. I would choose to strike, and I just needed 1 to hit him, so he's dead.
Yeah.
And then I use his free ability, so he can use a mission objective for 1. So I will claim that objective. And now you can't Overwatch with anyone.
Yes,
Engaged?
he's engaged and he's up there. So
Ooh.
all you have left is this guy.
So he can get in because of the 6 inches. Oh no, he's wounded,
No,
so he minus 2 from his movement.
Yeah.
He can't get in. I'm done. Can't do anything.
Yeah, so he'll just pass his actions.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of the round.
So score, and I get another 3 VPs from 14.
Is this
You
guy
get 4
wounded also?
VPs. He is, yes.
Yes.
So did he have enough movement
Oh,
to
he
make
wouldn't-
charge?
He wouldn't have been able to get within the range of the objective there.
And
Yeah.
he wouldn't have been able to be in engagement
But he
with
could
him.
have engaged him
Oh,
instead and killed.
Yeah, so we'll kill the medic and bring back the other guy.
The
Demo man.
It's fine.
So I still get
It makes no difference. You
Wait,
score
it does,
following
because
the
it means
rules.
that John doesn't capture an additional objective.
no, but he still scores 3 to minus 0.
Yeah, but not more.
It's a morale victory.
Yeah, I mean the number of times John's cheated in this game.
Yeah, but you do counters within range of yourself.
Yeah,
Cool. It's under ranges. It's the first thing that's written.
Yeah. It was assumed that it was, but it's one of those odd ones where you know how if they don't mention a rule, it doesn't exist.
So that was I think it was close in the first 2 turns. No, it was the second turn when I got priority that swung things.
Well, I mean, turn 1 where you seem to roll nothing but 5s and 6s.
It's the name of the game.
Continuously.
What was the name of the channel? What's my name?
But yeah, I feel the Orks have such an advantage being able to just stay concealed and the majority of their force is combat and can just charge you from concealment.
Yeah. Like, it's not unwinnable. Like, we did a game where they the
Again,
veteran guards won.
John rolled lots of 5s and 6s.
But it's like, the problem is, these warbands, like, the Orks are better than the Kriegers. The Kriegers are still really good, but the problem is, what I feel
They
outside
excel
of
in
this...
different ways. Like,
Yeah.
if this was...
a fire lane.
Short ways... I say short ways. If it was... You had the long deployments, there's only 3 inches deployment, the Orks wouldn't be so far up the board
No.
and charging almost turn 1.
But this is like I like this mission because there's 5 objectives, so it kind of like, even though I did get the middle, it cost me like 4 Orks.
Yeah, but the Orks can just happily charge across, stay in cover, be invisible essentially, and then charge out of cover at you the next time.
Well, it's like throat slitters should, like, it's broken, and then skulk about is like,
Yeah,
skulk about should be once per game.
I think Skulk About is either once per game or it should be
2 CP.
2 CP,
Yeah.
because then you're only really using it once, maybe twice, if you do
Yeah.
nothing else.
It's fine
But
on the first turn.
Otherwise, you
Yeah,
might
on
as
the
well
first
just
turn, it's okay.
skulk about every turn.
Which, that's what you do. You get
Yeah.
one free...
Well, because what broke it was, what breaks it is because you can stack it with cover and you can get it while in the open.
We weren't even using any of the actual ones you can use during a turn.
No, I don't think they're
Because
good enough.
They're okay, but...
Skulk about and War is all you need. Like, it's skulk about,
there
skulk
is
about.
one for 1 CP where you can attack again at the end of the fight phase.
Yeah,
But you didn't really need to.
No. You get more mileage out of War and skulk about.
Yeah, like Skulk About being 1 CP and affecting every commando on the board.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it showed off Kill Team enough. Like, the thing, even though everything's unpainted, it's literally because I didn't have enough time. I only had enough time. But future Batreps, like, I've got a board prep that's all painted, and going forwards, I'll be using painted stuff. It's just because I didn't have the time. I could only paint some of the terrain. But yeah, I thought it was really fun. Thanks for the game. I thought it was good. I don't think we did anything wrong. It was just dice. But, you know.
Yeah.
No, it was fun.
it is one of those ones where it can be very polarized, especially with these 2 kill teams. They are very specially designed.
Because it's like, because the reason I was able to swing momentum, because I won priority, then my knob declared his challenge, because I was like, I'll just declare it now, because I now know my knob's in range. And then I just, like, suicided my knob in for 2 VP.
Yeah, unfortunately, the way that the tactical objectives work, the veteran kill team only has the security deck.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, against a very fast combat team, they're very difficult to pull off because you need to not die to the enemy.
Yeah, I'd like to see them have another archetype. But apart from that, I think it's pretty good. So there you have it. The Kommandos did quite well. As we said in the battle report, we have played games where it's been reversed. So the Kriegers have won, and it's just tough, right? But what we find in games of Kill Team, turning point 2 is where things really change, because generally you spent the first turn either moving up or shooting, softening the opponent, and then turn 2 is really where it changes. We did make a few mistakes. So I made a few mistakes with one of my orders, not my orders, TAC ops. So I didn't realize it was at the start of the game you reveal. But even then, I still would have gone with the plasma gunner, because the plasma gunner is quite easy to kill, but a big threat. So if, like Charlie said, he would have deployed that guy further back, but then I was like, that would have kept him out of range and away from the points, which would have helped because of the way the terrain was designed and the missions. Well, the objective tokens. And then the other one we raised where it says you need a marksman. So we looked in the core rules. Nothing in the core rules states what trait your operative is. But if you look on the narrative section, those 4 corners in the bottom of a data card actually do say it's a marksman, etc. But then the other problem is the same objective from Seek and Destroy also says you have to specify one of your fighters as a marksman. So it just needs clarity, but that's kind of unfortunate. And then I think we got most of the rules right. I think the only error Charlie made was basically moving up his sniper first, because then I realized, my Dakka boy can just move up and shoot him, and I took the risky shot and it worked. Because even though he was concealed, the way and on the vantage point, the conceal basically works as if you're not within, if there's no terrain in the way and it's just a clear shot at that operative who's under the conceal order, they basically can be shot at. So even though conceal is really powerful, you have to move up in a way that you're near terrain, so whoever's shooting at you will basically be obscured. So if he didn't move up, the problem is he needed to move to get that sniper in shot because of the way the firing lanes worked. So we basically designed the board so no one could just shoot someone from the other side. It'd be really difficult. You have to move out of your battle zone to do it. But then, it was a lose-lose situation for Charlie. Either he kept the sniper back in a position where he couldn't shoot. Like, as you can saw with my sniper, he basically spent most of the game out of use until the final turns, but it was already over by then. And the Dakka boy, just did Dakka boy stuff, being annoyance. Stupid. But I found the mission really fun. It's weird that there's not many 5 objective missions, because we found the 6 mission objectives are fine. It's just because generally you have 2 objectives each in your own deployment zone, and then 2 objectives in the middle, which are fairly equidistant from both players. The problem is it still kind of forced stalemates because you've just had 3-on-3. But with the 5 mission objectives, or with the 5 objective mission, it does force a more interesting engagement. Like, Charlie obviously couldn't run onto the point, but you saw that most of the guys I ran onto the point were blown apart. But in the end, it did pay off because I played for the mission. I think we slightly went over on points because you can only claim a maximum of 12 points from your main mission. So it was me. But even then, it would have capped off at 12. And even if you say you could take away the 2 victory points I did for challenge, I still would have won. Because, as I said, on turning point 2, I was able to just win priority and then just charge through his top flank. So I managed to get rid of the plasma, who had basically destroyed my Burna, managed to wipe out the hardened veteran, wounded the priest, which allowed me to turn 3 to wipe off and just claim that corridor and that flank. And then in the middle, Charlie once again moved up his leader, Sergeant, who was out of range of the medic. So then when my Slasha boy charged, who I forgot had Relentless, he wounded him, and then my comms guy charged in and just murdered him. Because the combat is so good. But overall, it was really good. I think we identified most of the problems post-game. I did roll a lot of crits, but it's in the name. But the biggest thing, I think, was Skulk About is so strong. Skulk About is so strong, it needs to either be 2 command points or once per game. Because as you saw, I basically skulked about all game, and I was walking around like I was in cover. So even if you're in the open and you're skulking about, because you have the conceal order, you still retain a save, which is huge. Because if I couldn't do that every turn, or it would have just mean my Orks just exploded in death. And then being able to charge from being concealed is too strong. I get why they did it, but it's so powerful because you basically just walk around invisible because you don't care. And then giving choppers to all my fighters who didn't have it is the most cost efficient equipment point, and it just works because all of a sudden you go, oh, the drawback for this fighter is, it has no decent melee profile, but then you give it a chopper and all of a sudden it goes, I'm amazing. And then, yeah, Charlie's hotshot on Lasguns did pay off, but it was a really interesting game. And yeah, we had a lot of fun playing it. It was very bloody, even though we didn't get a full wipeout. I hope it shows how important your tac ops are, because I don't think Charlie could fully. I think he only got 2 points from his tac ops, while I effectively got 4 or 2, depending on how you'd want to play it. But yeah, my key thing that we've experienced from games of Kill Team is you have to complete the primary, because generally everyone will complete the primary, right? And then you always need melee. Melee is so dangerous because effectively you can fight once and then every time you're charged, you keep fighting. So it's just so deadly because it bypasses saves and everything. And yeah, always try and focus on your tac ops. You are limited because, for example, the Kriegers only have one archetype, so they can only select one tac ops. And their faction tac ops aren't that amazing. They're okay, but they wouldn't really help so much in this Kill Team game. And yeah, because if you focus on your tac ops correctly, you can just win ahead, because tac ops are so difficult to score consistently. We've never played a game where we've scored all our tac ops. Generally, we've scored 2 and maxed out 2. It's really difficult to score 6. So games kind of come down to who scores the most on their tac ops. But yeah, as I said, for future Batreps, we will have painted terrain. As I said, I've got a painted up Kill Team City already. The only issue with that is because it's so tall, you have no vantage point, so I have to add more terrain to that. But there will be painted Batreps, don't worry. It's not going to be like Underworlds. But there will be more painted Batreps in the future. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. But before I go, please remember to like and subscribe, as well as comment down below what you thought of the battle report. And yeah, once again, thank you to Charlie for playing along, because he didn't have to. It's really fun, and I hope you enjoyed my first in-person battle report. There were a lot of small minor things. I need to still work on the overlay display. I was kind of just porting the Underworlds one, but I'll work on it. I'll figure out something. I prefer doing it live instead of editing it in post, but I'll figure something. So yeah, I should have more battle reports soon, depending on how well this one goes. And yeah, they'll be painted. Probably, actually, I think I won't use the Octarius box kill teams, because they have a lot of rules and they slow down the game. But that'll make more sense come Saturday, if you're watching this video today or this week. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game of Kill Team. And please remember, even in the deep darkness of the far future, melee is where the true battle is decided, as well as the person who rolls the most crits.